Hi, my name is Josh, Evilsizor. Today I'm going to show you how to use FollowUpThen to empty your inbox and eliminate trivial task management. Are you watching the right video? Well, do you use email? Would you like to have less or zero of it? And would you also like to eliminate all of your trivial task management? Then yes. Questions answered in today's video. How to zero your inbox and eliminate trivial task management by sending future tasks via email to your future inbox using FollowUpThen. What the heck is FollowUpThen? And what types of trivial tasks or emails belong in your future inbox? And what are some examples of those trivial tasks or emails that you should send to your future inbox? Finally, we'll end with the most important question: why should you care? Let's jump right in. So last video, description below, number 90, we covered how to use followupthen.com, which is your future inbox, and it's how current you sends emails to future you such that you never forget anything and you're able to follow up on anything. In that video, we used this example here of where we emailed Elon Musk knowing he's probably not going to get back to us right away, and we should probably remind ourselves to follow up with him. So in that email, we emailed him. In the BCC line, we put 2 days at followupthen.com. We sent the email. We didn't get a response, and 2 days later, we got a FollowUpThen reminder letting us know we can follow up, of course, with Elon at that time. Not going to do that here. Wanted to show you the basics of how it works, sending emails from your current inbox to your future inbox or from current you to future you. What we're going to show you today is how you can empty your inbox and eliminate trivial tasks by sending trivial tasks that are masquerading as emails and that belong in the future to your future inbox. So let's jump right into the first example of these trivial tasks. Tasks that take less than 2 minutes, so they're not worth capturing in our task management system, and either cannot be done right now because they belong in the future, or they should not be done right now. This right here is an example of an email that cannot be done right now. It is a free trial period email that we received, and let me go over the details. So the subject line now says cancel Perplexity Pro before 21 March 24. That's because the email that I got, the original email, was of course a welcome to Perplexity Pro that gave me 2 free months of Pro. Thank you very much, guys. And here's the email. 2 months. I got it on January 21st. So in 2 months, this thing is going to turn into a paid account. Well, I'm not sure that I want to be paying for it in 2 months or when that occurs. And I don't want to forget to switch from the free to the regular subscription so that I don't transition to a paid account. So what I've done is I've changed the subject line to read, or it is an instruction from current me to future me, or from my current inbox to my future inbox, cancel Perplexity Pro before 21 March 24. So 2 months from now, right? I send the email to 15 March at followupthen.com, give myself a few extra days to receive the email and think about it, or make sure that I don't miss the email. But ultimately, when I get the email, I click on the link, it opens up the web page, I go to settings, and I cancel the Pro account, and we're done. That's 10, 20 seconds at most. It takes longer to write it down than to actually do the task. And so hence the less than 2 minutes piece that we keep mentioning here, and then I highlight down here. What is a trivial task? A trivial task that takes less than 2 minutes and cannot be done now. The 2-minute rule comes from Getting Things Done, which says if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. Well, I can't do it now because it must be done in the future, and it takes more time to write it down than to just send it to myself in the future and do it then. So FollowUpThen helps us solve for the Getting Things Done less than 2 minute rule, which we can't do for tasks that belong in the future. Let's go over another example. Subscription renewals. So similar, but different. So you get it. In this case, I got a receipt, your Google Play order receipt, January 20th, 2024, because I paid for Evernote. After I've got the third price reduction, 60%, I'm like, okay, I'll pay. I'm in. But I don't I don't want to pay next year full. I don't want to pay full price next year. So this is going to last a year. And so what I've done is I've changed the subject line to read, it's an instruction that future me will receive, and it'll be absolutely clear about what I have to do. Cancel Evernote before it renews on 20 January 25. And you can see here that I've sent it to 10jan at FUT, which is followupthen.io, which is the shortened domain. So 10 January, I'll get an email. Oh yeah, Evernote's going to renew. Do I want to keep it? I do, but I don't want to pay full price, so I'm still going to go ahead and cancel. I click the link, the web page opens, I downgrade, and we're done. Again, way less than 2 minutes, so easier than putting it in my task management system. I just forward it to my future inbox. Why is that? Because it's a trivial task that takes less than 2 minutes, and it cannot be done now. Let's check out one more example. Actually, 2 more of these. Okay, so in the instructions are always in the subject line, as you can see here. So send wife, I love you note. This is what I call a reminder, a squishy, nice to remember, but not critical task. Remember, because critical tasks that must be done, we put them in our task management system. This is one of those things that I would like to do this when I get this reminder, but I don't have to, so it's squishy. I've put the message that I could send in the body of the email, so all I have to do is copy it and then paste it into SMS or Signal or however I want to send it. And there we go, we're done. And you can see here that I have sent this message to every other weekday, so not every day. And why weekday? Well, I'm usually at my desk looking at email, so on Saturdays and Sundays it would not be fruitless to send it to myself, but every other weekday just seems to make the most sense. I could send it to every 6 minutes, every 2 weeks, whatever the frequency. As we've discussed before, there is perhaps millions of permutations of all the different date time groups you can put in front of at followupthen.com, but every other weekday at fut.io, because this is I'm using air quotes this time, trivial task that takes less than 2 minutes and cannot be done now. All right. We've got one more example of these cannot be done right now tasks. And so here is the instruction from current me to future me, or my future inbox. Are you listening to learn? Asking myself this question. Or listening to confirm. And then I'm telling myself, wrapping up here, practice active listening. And so I'm calling this, since I made it up, a refresher. Behaviors, and I just wrote that terribly there, but behaviors that you'd like to keep top of mind, casually addressing. So it's just something that I want to start my Monday out with to make sure that when I'm with people, I am practicing active listening, and I'm listening to learn, not confirm, or listening to win. Anyways, every Monday at followupthen.com, this email will show up, and it'll just be a quick refresher reminding me to practice active listening. All right, a trivial task that takes less than 2 minutes and cannot be done now. This is the last of the cannots. Now we're moving into the should nots. All right, so in this example, let's start here. Your Venture One credit card statement is ready. My statement is ready. So one of two things needs to happen here. Either the auto payment is going to hit and I need to have money in my bank account, or I need to make a payment on time so that I make a payment on time. For me, reminder to check funds before your credit card auto payment hits. This is what I do because my credit card is paid automatically each month. So I got this email on January 11th. It is due on 4 February. So we've got almost 30 days. And rather than paying it right away, because that's my money and I can put it to work for me, I've just appended the subject line. So in front of the actual subject line, I added hits on 4 February and then the amount that it's going to hit for, which is $130.70. So I need to check my bank account, make sure it's got adequate funds to cover this. So I get the email, I open the app, I look at my bank account, good to go, I archive the email. Less than 30 seconds and we're done. The alternative here, if I'm paying my credit card each month manually, again, don't want to pay it until the end of the month, until it's actually due, put that money to work for me. So this reminder is reminding me to pay my credit card just before it's past due. So this task, this trivial task, takes less than 2 minutes and should not be done right now. All right, let's look at another example. Very common one. We've all got a Bob Dabalina at work who requires at least one follow-up to get that thing that you're asking for. In this case, you can see here, hi Bob, please send today's TPS report. And then after that, I start talking about batch processing ankle biters and brains not required tasks. So asking a coworker for a TPS report requires very little brain activity to send that email. And to follow up on that email, which we know we're going to have to do because Bob takes at least 2 or 3 follow-ups before he gets us what we're asking for, we just go ahead and schedule this follow-up then email reminder, not only to happen at a certain time period in the future by date, but by time as well. So I, in this case, am going to respond to my previous email or follow up on my previous email. You can see here to Bob Dabalina at initech.com. And in the BCC line, I'm placing every 3 days, 2 p.m. at FUT.io. 3 days because that's a reasonable amount of time. Every 3 days because we know it's going to take multiple follow-ups before he's going to send this to us. So if it comes every 3 days, when the email shows up again, we don't have to hit the delay button because we know it's going to come back every 3 days automatically. So until we actually stop the reminder, it's going to keep hitting us. So it just basically eliminates a click. So when the email shows up, we hit the reply button. We've got the right email address in the BCC line, and we only have to do this once, right? Because the email is just going to keep coming back until Bob actually responds to us, and then we cancel the follow-up then. And then, of course, the email that I'm going to send to Bob, you don't want to make it passive-aggressive because you do want him to give you the TPS report, and then just go ahead and send that email. But again, to show up at 2 p.m. so that we can batch process all those follow-up then emails that require zero brain activity. And for me, that's in the afternoon, low energy. I want all those follow-up emails to show up at the same time at 2 p.m. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like here in just a second. Next example, invoices, and basically any other trivial task. So you're in the AP department, accounts payable, and people forward you invoices all the time for you to pay. And your choice is to stop what you're doing and start entering in that invoice, or knowing this is kind of a mindless activity, or it's a really important one that you want to focus on, just depending on how, Point being, you're going to forward this to a time in the future when you know you're either capable or ready or want to process this type of task. So if you're getting invoices all across the week and you want to do it at a certain time, then you pick that time mindfully and forward them to that time so that you can batch process them all at the same time. Avoid context and task switching. So in this case, I've picked Thursday. So for invoice logging, I've decided ahead of time, every Thursday at 2 p.m., I'm going to log invoices. And then the note I've left here for myself, every trivial task that takes less than 2 minutes and should not be done now. So whether you are or not in an accounts payable department with invoices to log, you can pick a time for all those follow-ups to show up and batch process them at the same time. Again, batch process ankle biters and brains not required tasks. Pick that time that works for you. What does this look like in execution? Let's jump over. Like this. They all show up, as you can see right here, all show up at the same time, 2 p.m. And of course, this is just my inbox with just the unread stuff, so we can go to our all mail. GA takes us to our all mail, and you can see all of our emails, and then boom, that series of tasks that we want to process all in a row, and they're all clumped nicely together there for us, so we don't have to go pecking, and hunting our inbox to find those invoices. All right. Last example. This is not a task. This is a time-dependent, single-use resource. So for this example, and there's going to be a couple other that are very similar just like it that we'll talk about, I've gotten my airline confirmation number from Southwest. You're going to Denver on 8/27, and there's my confirmation number. When do you need this thing? When you're walking into the airport, right? Or when you're packing or you're leaving the house and you're going, do I have my confirmation number? Whatever that time is for you, that's when you send it to your future inbox. So time dependent, single use. Single use here is important because if this is something we use over and over again, we just save it to our computer, Google Drive, Dropbox, wherever you keep your stuff. But this is single, it's a throwaway item. It's very, very important, but only once. All right, so here's where it gets real fun. Let's look at the date and the time and the SMS function here. 27 August, all right, so we are going to Denver on 8/27. Our flight leaves at 5-ish p.m., 5:45. Okay, so I don't know. I'm in the house about 1 p.m. wondering where all my stuff is. And so 1 p.m. is a good time. Seems like it. Then dash and SMS at fut.io. That's the goodness. Doesn't show up in our inbox. Shows up in our text inbox, whatever you call your SMS inbox. So it's just one layer removed from, because email you kind of got to click in, right? Versus an SMS, which is the new email. In any event, SMS function's great. That's really it. Some other examples of these single use cases for things that you're going to use in the future, but only once, so it's not worth saving. Rental car details. Hey, when does my flight arrive in Denver? Okay, 5 p.m. Okay, so rental car details, I'll need those at 5:15. So send those to yourself, to your future inbox at 5:15. Airbnb check-in procedures. Well, I'll be there maybe about 6. So send those to 6 p.m. Concert tickets. Okay, so I'm going to a concert in a month from now. When am I leaving the house for the concert? Boom, it's in your SMS inbox or your email inbox, so on and so forth. So there are all the examples of trivial items or single-use items that we can send to our future inbox so that we can empty our current inbox and eliminate trivial task management. But like I said, we would end with the most important question. So we'll do that. Why should you care? Why should you use FollowUpThen? To help keep the main thing the main thing. Use your future inbox to zero your current inbox and eliminate trivial task management. All right, so there are at least 2 others who have said it much better than I, so I'm going to leave you with their words. First, from Greg McEwen, the essentialist deliberately distinguishes the vital few from the trivial many, eliminates the non-essentials, and then removes obstacles so the essential things have clear, smooth passage. Finally, I do believe in simplicity. It is astonishing as well as sad how many trivial affairs even the wisest thinks he must attend to in a day. So simplify the problem of life, distinguish the necessary and the real. Henry David Thoreau. Thanks for watching. If I have inspired you to try this, please let me know in the comments below. Do not forget, linked goodness in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, share this with somebody that might find it useful. And as always, if you leave questions, I will leave answers. Now go and be productive.